Welcome to Rock Painting Workshops, and my name's Anne, and I'm going to teach you how to colour in this cute little bunny, girl bunny today. And I'm just starting off here with my brown Posca. I've decided she's going to be a brown bunny. And with all my images, a few people have asked, like, how do you draw on your images? I do show that on my website. I do also teach this in my rock painting course, which you might have heard about for now, and all of this is linked in the bio below, so you can pick up all the links and know exactly what I do. And the course there's a link there to go to the course. There's a link of the colors that I use. I also link in our website and social media tags as well. So you can catch all that if you read the info below. And with this bunny, you know, I meant to write down the name of the stamp. It's actually a stamp from way back years ago. And my mum's got a really huge collection of it. And just as I've come to record, I haven't popped down the name of it. But there's a lot like whippersnappers and, you know, heaps of different brands of stamps that have got some really cute images on them. You can find them on Pinterest and, you know, heaps of places like that. So I've grabbed this image off there, and I haven't made it exactly the same, but near enough, right? And as you know, I always paint on both sides of my rocks, and so you can see a little bit of the image of the other side coming through. And I just neatly combine those two. See the side there? I just neatly combine the sides when I'm ready to seal. Like just before I'm ready to seal, I just make sure that that looks nice in between there. So I've given her a lilac dress with purple trims. Like I said, I'll add all the colours in below. And right now I'm just creating one thin, even layer all over the bunny. And here we go here. This is 2 layers. And I'm just going to get ready to do my blending and smushing, as I call it. Got my water, got my paintbrush, and I use the paint pens to do it. So I've taken a darker brown and I'm just going to shade in or blend in some colors there, a little bit darker. Adds a little bit of interest, gives the image some depth. Okay, just keep smushing that around. So I've dipped the paintbrush in water, wiped it off on microfiber cloth because you don't want excess drippy water. You just want it to be a little bit damp. And I touch that onto the tip of my paint pen and just pick up any excess paint just to give it some little bit of color on the brush, and then just smush that straight down. So that's what I'm doing off to the right of the screen, is I'm just dipping it in the water and wiping my brush on the microfiber. You'll see in heaps of my other videos, you'll see me do it. So sometimes I catch the action on screen, and unfortunately sometimes it's just off screen. And you just want to smush that darker shade in anywhere where you think that there will cast a shadow. So you can see like the darker areas in there. So there's gathering in the sleeves. So obviously there's little bits of dark areas in the tops of the sleeve in between the gathering areas. Okay, the collar throws a little bit of shadow down onto the dress. The gathers in the top of the skirt will throw down shadows. Her feet will throw down shadows. Anywhere there's sort of a joining area, I like to say. And you can see I don't get that perfect even line. I just sort of smush around until it feels right. Okay, now this is the coral color, and I dot that on, and I quickly, while it's still wet, I just quickly dot my finger up and down to smush that one, and it just gives a really cute look for the cheeks. So it's not like a solid round line, it just gives that blush look to the cheek area. Okay, just add little paw pads in there so they're with a pink colour. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to start outlining her, so pop in the eyes. And you can see that Bert, my pet, rocks off to the side and I lean on him a lot. So at the moment he's just supporting my, what's the side of your hand called? I don't know. You know, like up along the pinky line, like when you're holding the pen. He's just supporting that because I need it raised up a little bit higher than the desk to be able to get the way I want to do this. So I either angle my rock on him sometimes to draw it, or I will use it to rest my hand on to bring it up higher than the rock. And that makes it really easy. It's an easy position to do all this fine work and the outlining. Because you got to think about it, if your hand's not raised up, that means the rock is the rock that you're drawing on, that's quite high. And so you're trying to paint up, if you know what I mean, like into a raised area, and then that doesn't make it very steady for your hand. So if you can lean your hand on a higher rock as well, which is what I'm doing on Bert at the moment, then it's going to make it so much easier to draw all these outlines. So I think that's another little handy hint. A lot of people say I really have trouble outlining, and I think sometimes it's just all in the position, the height of and how well your hand is rested to make that sturdy. Because it's by me resting my pinky down the side of that hand, that's what's helping me make it sturdy so that I can use my pen quite easily. And she's really starting to take shape now. Okay, and just keep outlining around. Okay, a little bit darker in the areas that cast a bit of shadow. And you know, you can think about, a lot of times I just leave backgrounds on my rock, I don't do them. And it's just with a tutorial, I just kind of leave it up for you guys to think, now, did you want a background on your lilac bunny or not? But if you are going to put a background in, it's always easier to do the whiskers absolutely last. So I'm just adding some highlights onto her. This also adds a little bit of definition to the picture, brightens it up a little bit as well. Okay. Does look a little bit boring without a background, doesn't she? To put the whiskers there, and now I'm thinking, where do I go with this? I'd love to see your bunnies. Pop over to Facebook and say hi.